Hello traders, Cory Mitchell here with TradeThatSwing.com. We're going to go through the current swing trading stocks watch list. This was updated the morning of May 27th. I'm going through this in the afternoon or a little bit later in the day of May 27th. So the morning session has started in these stocks. So the first one's the earnings watch list. I call these earnings plays. So we're going to go through these. CMP. This one took off today. This actually triggered back here. It got back to that prior low. If we had our stop loss even just a couple cents below, wouldn't have been stopped out. And yeah, it's had a nice pop today. TPC. So these are ones from prior lists that were, at least as of this morning, we're still in the entry area. This one triggered this day. I hadn't really had a pullback in here. You could have maybe taken that one, but it was just kind of, we were just like wedging up. Hadn't really quite seen the pullback. It wasn't really a tight consolidation either. So this would have been the entry on Friday. And QUBT, this would have been the entry there, the 22nd, a little pullback and up. Ideally that would have been a little bit smaller day. That was a pretty big candle, about 12% or so. Yeah, 10-12%. Okay, let's get to some of the other ones. EVLV. So these are ones that have not triggered yet. We've had the run up. We're in this pullback. Still some really big candles kind of whipsawing around. Ideally, we like seeing that sharp pop, drops a little. We get some small candles showing the slowing selling. Still whipping around a little bit. AS, big candle there on the pullback. This would theoretically be the trigger. When this happens, so let's say you did like this and the price gaps up, right? So it closed here and you're saying, okay, if the price goes above this high, we're going long, this candle high, and it gaps up, at least I don't chase the gap up. So I wouldn't buy up here. What we'd still do is put out the order at what the entry price should be. So it should be just right at that high or maybe a cent or two above it. Where we would get in basically if this had moved through the high. So it would go out there. And we would have got filled on the intraday pullback. EXEL, really strong move up, kind of a staircase lower. We're getting some of these smaller candles. This would technically be a trigger today. AAP, so these ones were just added. Still forming, right? So we had the pop. Now we're waiting for that pullback, a little smaller candle, ready to go long. GOOS. Still in its run up, waiting for a little pullback. Waiting for the pullback. And I'll compile these usually into a list for myself so that it's easy. I can just flip through them going through the week, but I haven't had a chance to do that yet. Nice run up, still waiting for the pullback. DY. Consolidating a bit, so we're usually waiting at least till day 4 after the event, so we could potentially get a trigger today if we start moving up. Smaller candle, yes, we're waiting now for the pop. And we can go through these are what I call tater or moving average, or not moving average, high momentum, average true range strategy, so trend ATR basically, and it's an indicator. It's been on the chart all along, this one, and it's just basically, it's almost like a trailing stop loss using average true range. And when price is above it, we're moving up. When it drops below, so BCRX. So these are from the prior list. A little bit choppy in here, right? So it dropped below the indicator, and now today we have a move above the indicator. So that would be a potential trade, and basically holding it till it closes back below the line. And just because a signal triggers doesn't mean you have to take it. You want to do your own analysis, look at the overall risk, how the price moves, things like that. So basically what, you know, like I said, there's, or haven't said yet, but there's multiple stocks on this list, and I can't trade all of them. So we're gonna pick the ones we like the best. We're gonna write down why we like that one. That's how you're going to improve over time, is noting why you took a trade, maybe why you didn't take another one, seeing how they look, and then, you know, as you accumulate these trades and this information that you've accumulated, you can start to look at, okay, this seems to work a little bit better than this. This seems to work a little bit better than this. I took these trades, they didn't really work out. Why? Yeah, and we're never going to be right on 100% of our trades, of course, probably only about half, maybe. But if we can just skew the odds a little bit in our favor by noticing certain tendencies, that's what we're after. So same thing here, it's just dipped below. And ING was the same thing as of this morning. Had just dipped below. So looking for a move back above. Same thing, nice up move. So these are high momentum stocks. They've been pulled because they've had strong upward movement recently, and a lot of the ones they come from this list, the best swing trading stocks list. So a lot on that list will be still surging up, and basically the ones that have dropped below, it's like, okay, we know we're gonna pull back, and as long as they overall seem strong, maybe we can look for some patterns as well. BBVA, similar to ING. And Rivian. So, you know, basically this is kind of what we're looking for. This strong move up, quick pullback, and then we get another run to the upside, and we're basically capturing this chunk in here. And if that were to happen again, maybe the same thing happens again. So you can see how the indicator generally, if the stock's high momentum, will capture a chunk of that move. And you can notice here it'll sometimes peek through the line. We're waiting, at least I wait for closes. So I'm looking at the market near the close, or the next day, or that post market, I guess, depending on when you can check them. And so if I was long in this and it closed here, I would be looking to get out, since it's going to close below. And so you can look at that near the end of the day, and if it looks like, hey, it's going to close below, then we can get out. I didn't update any of these other ones just because there's still quite a bit to watch, and still lots of past trades from the earnings list which are moving really well. So yeah, still lots going on with that, and so I personally didn't have a need to look at any contractions or anything like that, but of course you could look at contractions, cup and handles, rounded tops, rounded bottoms, the double consolidations, lots of patterns to look for that I cover in my complete method stock swing trading course, which I link to right at the bottom there. So if you're wondering where this is, you can go to stocks, stock market analysis and trades, current swing trading, watch list. The best swing trading stocks list is there. That's just high momentum, whereas these ones were really focusing in on potentially some setups within the next week or so. Have a great trading week out there.